everybody. Welcome to Funnel Hacker TV. We are back with another amazing guest who is going to be speaking at Funnel Hacking Live this year in September. Countdown is on. You're going to know this person because he is known for his membership program. So put in the comments who you think it is, and we're going to roll the intro.
We are part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We are funnel hackers, and these are our stories.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Funnel Hacker TV. My name is Ben Moot. I am here with the wonderful
Susan Leonardson.
And we here get to talk to all of the speakers for Funnel Hacking Live. Here's the deal. If you guys did not get a text for this, or you wanted to get texts every single time we go live introducing the Funnel Hacking Live speakers, and when we're back to the normal, we're going over all the news, make sure to text FHTV to 208-231-3797 so that way you get all of the details, and go to funnelhacker.tv. Get all of the recaps every single week. There's so much going on, but here's the dealio. Today, we don't get to talk about that. Today, we get to talk about Funnel Hacking Live. And Funnel Hacking Live is the bee's knees. We get to actually talk about this. So we are officially 41 days away from Funnel Hacking Live. In 2 days, we'll have breached the 40-day limit. Now, here's the deal. Everybody's tossing in their bonuses. They're giving all these different things. If you are not sitting there watching this and you don't have your ticket for Funnel Hacking Live yet, there is a giant universal mistake in your reality. You need to grab that ticket now in order to make sure that you have that seat, you have all those different things, because as we tick ever closer to that zero mark, all of these bonuses, all these different things that are in Funnel Hacking Live that you can find at funnelhackinglive.com, they're all going away. And so my suggestion is we're getting filled up, as bonuses are going to start to be taken away. Get your ticket now so that way we're good to go. And today's speaker is a dead ringer. I have seen him speak 4 different times at Funnel Hacking Live. I am freaking out about it right now. So question, who has spoken 4 times at Funnel Hacking Live? Who has known Russell for 20 years? That's way before ClickFunnels was even imagined, folks. This is like understanding, like this is back in the JV days when you're looking for people like who you're going to JV with and how you're going to actually build these relationships. This is one of those relationships Russell built way back in the day. He's brought this person on multiple times. You may not know this, but every time we build a funnel inside of ClickFunnels and it gets 100 clicks, we send $1 to this person's charity. And that goes out, and it's built out by his wife, and it's super cool. If you guys have not guessed who it is yet, let's go ahead and bring him on. Welcome everybody to the virtual stage before Funnel Hacking Live stage, Mr. Stu McLaren. How are you, sir?
Well, hello there. Good to see you guys. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, it's wonderful to have you.
It's
All right,
awesome.
so okay. The first time I ever heard your name was at Funnel Hacking Live, and Russell made fun of how you guys met. Because you had met near the latrine at an event. He tells it one way, you tell it the more nice way where you're washing.
Well, he tells it one way and then I tell it the real way.
Yes. That's how it goes. and then you came in and taught 2CCX how to do continuity, and you gave a whole big training that I just digested a couple of days ago. And like Russell's like, I want to get like snippets out of here. I'm like, okay. So I went and watched the whole thing and just like ate it up. It was absolutely wonderful. So that's just happened recently, where you talk about like you guys created a program for affiliate marketing way back in the day, and that was like the next step. Can you talk to us, like, how is your relationship built with Russell over the last 20 years? Because apparently he likes you enough to keep having you come back.
I know. I'm super grateful for it. Yeah, we've built an amazing friendship that this year we're going into it'll be our 20th year of friendship, which is crazy. Now, here's why, by the way, everybody should be attending Funnel Hacking Live, is because we initially met at a live event. And the reason I share that is Russell back then wasn't the Russell of today. You know what I mean? Like, we were 2 young whippersnappers in the beginning of our, entrepreneurial careers. And I share this because you just never know who you are sitting beside and what that relationship can become. This is why I believe everybody should be at Funnel Hacking Live, because it is an amazing opportunity. The people in that room are unbelievable, and they can be and can turn into lifelong friendships like Russell and I have had, and tremendous partners like Russell and I have been, tremendous, affiliates, tremendous partners, tremendous masterminders. And I would say like Russell and Todd and the whole ClickFunnels team have been amazing supporters for the charity that my wife and I run. And so this is why people got to get there. Now, Russell and I first met, as you mentioned, at a live event. We then became business partners. There's all kinds of shenanigans and stories around like the early days of that. But, one of the things that I love about Russell is he goes from hearing an idea to taking action faster than anybody I know. Here's a perfect example. This whole event is centered around the Linchpin model. It's centered around, continuity. It's centered around memberships. But I remember the moment that Russell first ever began thinking about continuity. Now, this was a moment years and years ago when Russell's business had taken a turn for the worst. And it was a really challenging moment in time for him. He was, having to lay a whole bunch of people off. He's talked about it publicly. And I remember talking to him on the phone, and it was right around right around Christmas time, because I remember we were chatting and we were talking about what was going on in his business, and I'm trying to be a friend and trying to help him and trying to think through, what he could do and how to move forward. And I was telling him, I said, dude, like, one of the things that I highly recommend is like you get continuity and recurring revenue in your business. And this was not something that he had at the time. He was selling like higher ticket offers, and he had a sales team, but he didn't have continuity. And I said, dude, like, I'm in the membership business. I've been in the membership business since 2008. Like, that's a long time. We've literally helped tens of thousands of people in all kinds of markets with memberships. So this is something I've been doing for a long time. And I remember saying to him, like, dude, you got to get into memberships and recurring revenue because it creates stability in the business. So like, if anything ever happens, where markets change or whatever happens, the continuity and membership is there. It's like that safety net. So he's like, well, what would that look like? And I remember talking through different types of, offers and different types of, membership programs and continuity. And I said to him, you know what? I'm going to send you a recording. I'm going to send you a recording that I think will spark a bunch of ideas for you that kind of unpacks some of the things that we had initially discussed. So here's what Russell did. Immediately, as soon as we hang up, I send him the recording. He puts it on like I don't even know if it was, I don't even think it was an iPod there. I think it was like an
Walkman
player. Like it was like an MP3 player. And I remember he was telling me he was hanging up Christmas lights, like, as he was listening to this thing, he was hanging up Christmas lights. And then the moment he finished it, what that recording was all about was creating a newsletter subscription. He went from the idea of a newsletter subscription to creating a newsletter literally the next week. And I don't know the exact numbers. It was so long ago, but I do know that it immediately added tens of thousands of dollars of recurring revenue into his business. And that created a base upon which he then could have a lot more creative freedom to begin thinking about how he was going to make his next move in the business. And so I just share this because, like, we always hear different ideas and concepts and so forth. But the people who end up achieving the most in this world are those that go from hearing the idea to taking action on the idea as quickly as possible. Russell is a poster child of that philosophy. And this was an interesting moment because his business was in a place where he needed to pivot. He heard an idea. He ran with the idea. A week later, it's off to the races. And now we have a whole Funnel Hacking Live about continuity and memberships. But it just goes to show, this is one of the reasons I love Russell, is that, he not only talks the talk, but he walks the walk. And this is a great example of that.
So let's back up a minute, or actually maybe it's fast forward, but tell us about your first Funnel Hacking Live experience, because, okay, we've heard a lot about Russell. Russell's great, right? What about Stu? What is your experience, and like, what does that mean for where you're at now too? Like from your first FHL, I mean, obviously you knew Russell before that. So
Yeah. Okay. So what's amazing is that Russell has always been an unbelievable, marketer, creative business mind. And we've always stayed in touch. And this is why our friendship, has lasted, all these decades. But they launch ClickFunnels. It starts to grow. I'm like, I'm doing my own thing over here, but I'm cheering them on. I'm super stoked for him, because, Russell has always been a dear friend. And when my wife and I started our nonprofit charity now 14 years ago, Russell was one of the very first donors who, they didn't have ClickFunnels then, but he was like, I'm on board. He came to Kenya with us, like, on our very first donor trip. Like, he's always been an incredible supporter. And so he said to me, he said, hey, Stu, listen, like the ClickFunnels thing was going well. And he's like, we're going to do like a live event. And he's like, you know how nervous I've been about, live events, because he's told this story many times where, he's held an event and sold hundreds of tickets and there was like barely anybody in the room that showed up. So he was nervous about it. And he's like, I'd love for you to come. He's like, again, we've sold a lot of tickets. I mean, I'm pretty sure most people are going to show up, but like, I have no idea. He's like, but I'd love to like do some kind of a fundraiser for Village Impact at the event. And I was like, dude, that's amazing. I'm like, of course, I'm there. So I'll never forget going to the first one and walking in, and oh my gosh, there is just like this electric energy. It's hard to explain, but like there's this energy, like there's this buzz. It's like that feeling when, you're coming up with your business and you're like, yes, this is it. And there's like that. And it's the same energy, like in a room of other entrepreneurs who are buzzing in the same way. And I remember walking in and I was like, dang, dude, like I teach people how to create community. I teach people how to grow memberships. This was community live and in person. People were wearing the t-shirts. People were excited to be there. People were showing up. People were engaged. People were masterminding with each other. There was all kinds of business deals that were happening in the halls. It was just like this unbelievable place to be for an entrepreneur. And I just remember thinking, like, I am so stinking proud. I'm so stinking proud of the culture that Russell and Todd and the whole ClickFunnels team have created. I'm so stinking proud of the lives that are changing, like watching real time at the event, people building their funnels, people helping each other, people masterminding with the speakers at tables. Like, it was the level that he took and the access that he gives at these events is amazing. So when I think about Funnel Hacking Live, to me, there is no other entrepreneurial event where you're going to get that electricity and that buzz and that interaction and that engagement and the ideas and the strategies that you can implement right away. Now, with all that said, for me personally, I've been in business a long time. I've been in online a long time. And yet I could not stop taking notes at this event. This wasn't like one of those events where it's like, oh, I've been in business for a long time, so I'm just going to hang out on the halls and network. No, like, I wanted to be in the room during every session. And the reason is because they're so stinking actionable. Like, this is one of the things I love about Funnel Hacking Live is it's not just a bunch of theory. There's like actionable things that you can implement right away. So I love the event. This is why I come every year, and I'm so grateful and honored to be speaking again this year. But for me, it's an event you can't miss.
What was it like this time? Because, I mean, you speak with Russell all the time. I remember you doing a launch, and I was working in the office with Russell, and he's like, pull that up. And so like we had you, like you were doing your launch, and he's watching and he's going, oh, he's taking notes as he's doing everything else. He's like, oh, Stu's launch, this is great. Like, you guys watch each other, you support each other, you're always in contact. What was it like, and what did he tease was kind of the topic this time? Because it's your fourth time speaking. Like, it's usually along the same topic, but there's a different flavor this time.
Well, so as I mentioned, I've been supporting and helping entrepreneurs add recurring revenue into their business since 2008. We've helped businesses in all kinds of markets, from photography and calligraphy to fitness and finance and music and art and health and dog training. Heck, we've even helped Holly George, who has a membership helping people make balloon animals, for crying out loud. So like every market you can think of, we've been in there helping, supporting them launch, grow, and scale these memberships. And so over the years, like Russell has invited me to come to Funnel Hacking Live, and I have shared different parts of memberships. And this year, he's asked me to come, and I'm speaking right at the very beginning. And the reason I'm speaking at the beginning is because there is one element that every single membership site should have. And if you don't have it, what happens is you'll see high turnover in the membership, meaning you'll get people in, and Russell's going to give you a bajillion different ways to market a membership and to get people in. But the money is made in memberships, not just getting people in. It's in keeping people happy and paying month after month after month. And by the way, what a great business to be in. Like, we're in the business of keeping people happy, right? But if we can't keep them happy, you're going to see high turnover. So one of the myths about memberships is that people only stay for 3 or 4 months. And that is total bogusness. Because in our world, people don't stay for months, they stay for years. Now, what is the difference? Well, when people tell me that their members are only staying for a few months, right away, it tells me that they're missing a vital ingredient. And many times when you don't have this ingredient, your members come into a membership and they're excited. And then when they come in and they see all the content, then there's like this moment of like, it's like this awkward excitement, because then they're realizing like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. And then the seed of overwhelm gets planted. And once that seed of overwhelm is planted, now it's a matter of time before they're going to leave. And for years, like, I talk to Russell all the time about memberships. And as I mentioned earlier, like, he's a student. He goes from idea to implementation faster than anybody I know. But in doing that, sometimes you miss the little nuances that make a big difference. And I would talk to him. We get together as friends all the time. And I would say, like, dude, there's a reason why you're not growing at the rate that you want. And it's because you're missing this one thing. And so when I mapped out this one thing for him, it was like this light bulb moment of like, oh my gosh, I see it. And in fact, I just got my copy of the Linchpin book, and it just so happened that I was cruising through this. I just got this literally hours ago, and I was just cruising through this. And what's funny is I saw a screenshot. Of Russell's membership. I'm not going to say what page it's on. But I saw a screenshot of Russell's membership, and I can tell you that they have implemented exactly what I'll be talking about at Funnel Hacking Live, and it's the difference maker in all memberships. It doesn't matter what type of membership. It doesn't matter what market you're in. If you don't have this one ingredient, you are going to struggle in keeping people locked in. You're going to struggle in keeping people happy. You're going to struggle in helping your people get results. But with this one thing, you're going to give them so much clarity. They're going to know exactly where they are in their journey and know exactly what they should be focusing on, and also exactly what to ignore so that they don't get overwhelmed and they get better results. And if they get better results, they stay. So we're going to kick off Funnel Hacking Live. I'm right near the beginning to set the foundation, to give you that one foundational element that will set your membership or continuity up for success.
So good. Can't wait. Obviously, like, if you guys got this, you can probably go get a sneak peek of that. But it's going to be, you're going to dive into it. Like, we're going to get so much gold from you on stage, which is going to be exciting.
And I'll be talking about not only what it is, but I'll be talking about like examples. And in fact, I haven't talked to Russell about this. I'm not totally sure how this is going to play out, but my plan is to do like a real world example of what we're talking about in real time in the room with 7,000 people. I've never done it with 7,000 people before, so this is why I say it's going to be an experiment. I'm either going to fall flat on my face and it's going to look disastrous, or it's going to have the impact that I'm looking for and it's going to be amazing. Either way, people will be entertained and informed. So we're going to do that in Funnel Hacking Live. It's going to be fantastic.
That's awesome. If you guys don't have your Funnel Hacking Live ticket yet, like, you have to go get your ticket. I don't know what else we can do to convince you that you need to be there. funnelhackinglive.com. This is what the site looks like on the screen. You can see all of the event information. You're going to see all of this. It's stacked. It's there. The stage is going to be stacked. Russell designs Funnel Hacking Live to give you exactly what you need, sometimes without you even realizing you needed it. Every year it sells out. So it will sell out this year. So you need to make sure you're going and getting your ticket today. Also, we're going to talk about this next, but there's some bonuses that are involved in you getting your ticket, and they're going to start disappearing as well. So if you don't go buy your ticket today, you're going to miss out on the awesome bonuses that are there. Ben, do you want to do the rundown of the?
Yes, please. All right. So here's the deal. You get your 4-day ticket to Funnel Hacking Live. It's 4 crazy packed days. You don't want to miss the room. You want to be in that room because all these things are actionable. And Russell's bringing on more people than he's ever brought on before on the stage at Funnel Hacking Live. So if you are not there, you're missing it. It is jam-packed. It's super, super powerful. You get crazy swag. Leave room in your suitcase. He will over-deliver. That is the job. Okay. Then at that point, you're going to get marketing.ai integrations. You're going to get a whole bunch of bonuses from the inner circle that they're giving you for free, which is a bonus that is leaving soon. So be very, very careful there. Make sure that you jump in and get it. Plus, you're going to get all of the replays from every single Funnel Hacking Live. If you want to hear every time Stu has talked about continuity, if you want to hear every single time Russell has talked about all the different pieces that are important, it's all available for you. I had to pay $1,000 to get in the door every single time, not including the hotel, not including food, not including all the rest. And you guys get it all for free. You could go through a Funnel Hacking Live once a weekend at this point in order to prepare for it. You might blow your head off and totally freak out, but you have access to it for life. And that is a crazy, ridiculous bonus. And on top of that, Stu, I hear we're tossing something onto the pile.
Well, as I mentioned, I am no stranger to memberships. And one of the things that I am very honored and privileged to do is serve a community of literally tens of thousands of membership site owners and continuity program owners. And so in that, I've always got my finger on the pulse of what is working right now. And this is particularly valuable to everybody coming to this event because the whole theme of the event is continuity, memberships, and subscriptions. And so one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to break down in a presentation 9 membership funnels, because not all memberships are sold the exact same way. And so we're going to walk through 9 different membership funnels. I'm going to give you an example for each one of those funnels. Examples pulling from markets like the nonprofit space, a market helping nonprofit leaders, a membership that has more than 5,000 plus members. We'll have examples from, I think of Ginger Dean, who she has a membership with thousands of members serving women who have just broken up from a terrible relationship, and now they're looking to kind of rebuild themselves. So she's a former psychotherapist that used to work one-on-one with clients. She now serves thousands in a membership. We'll have examples of people who have art memberships, for goodness sake. But there's tons of different examples in a variety of different markets. But we're going to break down 9 different membership funnels. And so you'll not only get the strategy that they're using, the breakdown of how the strategy is working in their business, but you'll get the full-blown example with examples of exactly what they're doing and how they're saying it in this presentation called the 9 membership funnels.
I remember looking through this. I remember watching this as I was going through the bonuses and being like, oh my gosh, I remember it now. This was so good. You guys don't know what you're getting. Okay, if you guys want to get that, you definitely need to go to funnelhackinglive.com and grab your tickets, because it is going to be worth every single cent. Stu, thank you so much. Like,
Thank
it's
you.
not only for constantly being at Funnel Hacking Live and giving, but you always give at such a high level everywhere you go, and in everything you do, and it's seen. And your joy is like, everybody, you get off stage, and I'm sitting in the audience, people are like, I like that Stu guy. That's cool. That energy is always there. We appreciate it so much. Thanks for coming on, and we cannot wait to see you on stage, my friend.
Well, listen, I'm super excited. Funnel Hacking Live is definitely the place to be. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to grow your business, you've got to get there, number one. Number two is that you are going to learn so much. And when I talk about learning, I'm not just talking about the theory. I'm talking about actionable things that you can do while you're at the event. I want you to embody the spirit of Russell, going from idea to implementation, literally many times within hours. Like, that's the opportunity you're going to have. And then thirdly, like, this event is magical for the connections and relations that you can form. And I don't just say that lightly. Like, I remember meeting Russell nearly 20 years ago. We've been friends for 20. We just got back from Kenya, where he and Colette brought the whole family, like all 5 kids, like 7 Brunsons. I remember they literally land, and the airlines had lost all their luggage. So I remember seeing, like, Russell. I'm excited to see him. He's not so excited. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, they lost all our luggage. But he was there. He was there in Kenya. And like, that's the kind of friendships that can be formed, and partnerships that can be formed at Funnel Hacking Live. You know, our life, we can only progress if we put ourselves in the environment and in the situation to set ourselves up for success. This is it. Set yourselves up for success. Come to Funnel Hacking Live. Get your tickets sooner rather than later, because you get more amazing stuff. It's pretty easy. You get more stuff just by making the decision now. So go get your ticket. Go to funnelhackinglive.com. Can't wait to see everybody. It's going to be epic.
I think with that, we will see you guys later.
See you, everybody.
There are so many people walking around who don't know that they can change the world.
You were born to do something great with your life. As an entrepreneur, you're going to have painful experiences, but all pain is temporary. And if you can survive it, you will meet another version of yourself.
I was just numb. We were racking up credit cards. We stopped paying for our house. We literally were selling furniture out of our home.
I felt trapped and exhausted by my life, and I couldn't see a way out.
I felt like a shell of who I was made to be.
In life, you are most capable of helping the person you used to be. If you used to be broke, you can help broke people. If you used to be broken, you can help broken people.
It starts with you. You hear the call. You feel it. It's beating, it's pulsing. I'm made for something more.
We get scared.
And then fear hits us.
The little voices in the back of our head.
I'm not ready. I'm not worthy. The driven say, no, I'm going to do it. The driven are you guys here today.
More people are finding their breaking point and waking up.
I have a calling. Yesterday I realized I have to do this.
There's a soul here at ClickFunnels.
I felt like I had gone through the wardrobe of the Chronicles of Narnia, and I was just like, what is this magical place that makes billionaires?
I'm going to show you the magic trick that's made me all of my money.
My best-selling framework.
You start out closing if you're going to end up closing.
82% of customers trust influencers.
This better blow your mind and allow you to predict the future.
People need aliveness and meaning again.
Who do you want to become? What do you want to felt and experience in this one precious life?
You wouldn't be able to tell, but I ran the New York Marathon when I was 19. Life happened, and my mom passed away. One of my daughters had a traumatic brain injury, wasn't expected to live.
When you meet somebody that continues to push through adversity, that is the definition of an entrepreneur. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to sponsor you through this journey because everybody deserves an opportunity. What you do with it is up to you.
People feel a sense of belonging here.
feels like home. It's so encouraging because if they can do it, so can I.
It starts with saying, hey, next year we're going to get better.
Russell has a way of teaching that makes success faster.
In my opinion, he's the best marketer who ever lived.
You find exactly what your business is missing.
It's going to amplify every campaign you do.
If you've been thinking there has to be a better way to do this than what you're being told, I'm here to tell you you're right.
People might say you're too young or you're too old or your body's not right or you didn't go to the right school. Then one day, they're telling people how they met you.
Funnel Hacking Live changed my entire life because now I know what I'm going to do next.
Your family's going to be blessed. Your legacy's going to be blessed. Movements are about to be birthed.
My story hopefully gave women permission.
If you're believing, stand to your feet.
You do not have to be great to get started, but you have got to start if you ever want to be great.